Looking at this one, were Napoli lucky to escape with a draw?
I think in the end, yes. I think the bizarre stat from the game was Ferran Torres' XG was actually higher than the whole of the Napoli side. So it shows you that the amount of chances he had, and Ali's right, he was losing confidence the more the game was going on. He's still young, so he can still grow, and he can still learn, and he can still turn into the player that hopefully he's going to turn into, because the talent is there. Natural goal scorer, I don't think he is. But Napoli, I would imagine, Kay, away from home against Barca, even though it wasn't the strongest Barca side we've ever seen, I think they'll take the draw, and I think they'll move on and try and beat Barca in Naples.
Sid, Xavi talked a lot about the atmosphere at the Camp Nou tonight and what it meant to the side and what it meant to him, how different it was since he was last there. What can you tell us about it?
Well, the first thing to say is that this is a Thursday night in the Europa League, a competition that Barcelona haven't played in for 18 years, a competition which, of course, a lot of fans, when they fell into it because they were knocked out of the Champions League, thought, well, this isn't something that particularly motivates us. And yet this felt like a big night. It felt like a proper European game. 73,500 people there. A lot of Napoli fans, by the way. When Napoli scored, the noise around the stadium was loud and it lasted for a long time. And it felt like a proper European game. And it felt like this was a moment in which everyone said, OK, look, it's the Europa League. It's not the Champions League. We don't want to be playing on a Thursday night. We don't want to be listening to a different anthem. We don't want to be playing in a different competition. But actually, let's do this properly. And let's take this seriously. And it did feel like a proper game of football. And I thought that was very interesting. And then specifically, one of the most interesting elements, I think, about the way the fans reacted tonight was that when Ousmane Dembélé came on, they whistled him. They whistled him the first time he touched the ball. They whistled him the second time he touched the ball. Maybe even the third and the fourth times he touched the ball. But with each passing time that he touched the ball, the balance between whistles and applause tilted towards applause. And there seemed to be a very conscious realisation from amongst the fans that this guy, we might need him. We might not be happy with how he's been. We might not be happy about the situation contractually with the club, but we're going to need him. So let's get behind him. And that changed really quite quickly. Within about 5 minutes, every time he got the ball, there was a roar of anticipation rather than that criticism and those whistles when he came on. And so I think in terms of the reaction of the fans tonight and the sense of occasion, this was a proper game. And it was a proper game in which they got behind the one player that on the face of it at least you thought they wouldn't support.
What did you make of Barcelona tonight, Sheka?
I thought it was a good performance. A couple of things concern me. Listen, Barcelona are the better team, without question, as everybody's alluded to. Torres had his issues, no question. The concern for me with Barcelona is that at times they play this ridiculously high line. I have huge concerns, continue to have huge concerns around Barcelona defensively. They played this high line that Osimhen could run in behind time and time again. That for me was the only real concern. The goal comes, the Napoli goal comes after Aubameyang misses a very good opportunity, and all of a sudden Ferran Torres, misses a very good opportunity, and Napoli goes straight up the other end and score. And just those types of those moments that kind of show of almost inexperience, which is odd to be saying about a Barcelona team, is the only really criticism of them. Because from back to front, they were the better, but still, it feels like it could have been worse. But then, even if you just take the last 10 minutes alone, where I thought Napoli were playing for the draw, it could quite have easily been 4 or 5 at the same time.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.